Hey everyone, I just wanted to hop in right quick and give you an apology for this particular video because the audio is a little bit louder than normal, I guess. The decibels are a bit higher. Unfortunately, I had an update from both XSplit and from Elgato Wavelink, and between them, it kind of really wrecked my audio settings. But I did have a good run with this deck and I really wanted to share it, so I hope I made this tolerable to listen to. But again, I wanted to give you my apologies before you got into the video. What's up, Dragon Brood? For today's video, we're going to be dealing with Boros Winota. One of the reasons is Winota's still around. We keep saying Winota's a powerful card, but we're not really utilizing it in any decks that you're seeing. So I wanted to see, is Winota still as powerful as we think it is? Do the new equipment matter? Do the new creatures matter? And can it even keep up with the stuff that's going on right now in the standard metagame? Lots of good questions I don't know the answers to, but we're about to go find out. But before we do, remember, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and then we're gonna go take a look at this deck. Okay, so most of this deck should look like what you expect it to. There's gonna be some odd numbers just because I'm trying to squeeze a lot of things in, and I have no idea if these is gonna be the right numbers or not, but we're gonna find out. So we're playing a couple of giant killers. Yes, it's a human, so it doesn't really help us that much, but it does allow two things to happen. One, it gives us a different answer we can draw to be able to get rid of something like an Omnath, since Omnath is 4 power. It works pretty well against the mono green decks, but it can also gum up the ground, say against mono red if you need to block something early, or just tap down a big creature. Selfless Savior, we've all seen this in a bunch of decks, fantastic. Playing 2 spike-filled hazards, probably could play more, but I think we have enough reasonable answers to play alongside it. Playing 4 core Blade Master. I really, right before I went live, I had this at 3, then I went to 4, then I went back to 3, then I went to 4. And part of that was because I wasn't sure how many non-humans I wanted to have in the list. And I figured I needed to up the numbers, so this one seems fine, but we'll see. Playing some Seasoned Hollow Blades, because this is the best 2-drop you can play in this deck. Kargan Intimidator, also just a solid all-around card. 4 Maul of the Skyclaves. And the reason I'm doing this is on the turns you don't get Winota, if you just put this on something like a Blade Master, on Blade Master or a Hollow Blade, it's just super good. And both those creatures can be hard to deal with. Hollow Blade can be hard to remove, becomes even more difficult if you put the Maul, or as I call it, the Sky Maul on it. And ultimately, you can race them even with a little bit of life gain. So just something to think about. Playing Bone Crusher Giant, which we already know is good. 1 Haktos, because I didn't have room for more. Playing 4 Winota, because, hey, we got to be able to draw it if we're going to experiment. And we're playing 1 Kenrith and 3 Embercleave. Now, when I say on the lands, this is kind of an odd thing here. So I'm playing 4 plains, 3 mountains, but then I'm playing some odds and ends on the pathways. And the reason being is, like, if you get Kenrith, you can go ahead and activate these other ones, right? Because putting a +1/+1 on everything could be relevant. Drawing a card, maybe getting Winota back if it died earlier. But the interesting thing is, there's really, except for maybe a card like Aggro Mauling, where you can get punished for having all non-basics, there's very little reason to not go ahead and try it, right? We can just have this pathway, and most of the time it's going to be red. But if it's a turn where we have Kenrith out, we can make it blue. You know, same thing on these other ones, right? Like this could be black instead of white, but most of the time it's going to function just like a plains. So just something we're trying out. I have no idea if it's a viable strategy, but hey, if we're going to experiment, now is the time. So let's go up into the arena and see if Winota still has the gas. That didn't sound right. Yeah, let's just go up into the arena. Okay, we get to go first. This is okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's not bad. So we're going to keep it and just see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and lead with this as a plain, or as a red, I guess. I don't know how we're classifying this, red side, white side. Just going to leave it on the red side just so we can threaten like a shock or a spike field hazard, even though we don't actually have it, obviously. All right, run this out there. If they decide they want to drop a Cobra here, we can kill a Cobra and keep attacking, which would be nice. I would like to just draw land here, which would be spectacular, but I don't know if we're going to get that lucky. This is another one I think we're going to put on red for the time being. And we're going to go ahead and just shoot a Cobra. little disheartening that we drew Kinrith because we definitely don't want to. We're gonna go ahead and plus this, so make it 4. Starting out, putting some decent damage on the opponent here and keeping their board fairly light, which is nice. There's a Ruin Crab, which we don't greatly care about here. I mean, obviously they're playing Omnath, they can mill us, but we're not really sweating that too much. All right, so if we attack for 3, the opponent's not gonna block us, right? At least I assume they won't. Maybe they will. What do I know? All right, we'll put this down. And then here's an interesting thing, right? If we get a land, we could make it to where... No, that would be bad. Well, I don't know. If we get a land, we would be in Embercleave range. Could Winota and get a freebie. So I don't know. There's a lot of things we could do here. All right, there's the Omnath. We knew that was a thing. That does not really help our cause here. Oh boy, if we attack... Let's say they don't block with Omnath. Then they take 5, 9. They'd be at 4, so that's not really going to do it. So we can't worry about that too much. I'm just wondering if we just want to set up Embercleave next turn. If that's the best plan here. And I think it might be. Okay, so they're going to take 7. Do we want to pump once and make it 8? Put the opponent at 5? I think we take every point of damage we can get here. Also has me kind of second guessing the Spikefield Hazard. Because if we can just save it to hit the opponent for 1, that might be good enough. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in play. Because depending on what happens here, we might want to Embercleave if a creature dies. We might want to hit the opponent with Winota or something. That's actually a good look for us. 2 Winotas flipping into the graveyard. Because now the opponent's not really sure. You know, the odds of me having one in hand become a lot lower. Unfortunately, now they're probably just going to ultimatum. And then we have to hope to survive that with the opponent going to 9. Escape to the wilds. That's bad, but not as bad as it could be, I guess. Alright, Crab. Fair. Cobra. Okay. So we're definitely going to lose this Kargan Intimidator to their Spikefield Hazards. We still have 28 cards. I mean, they have to kill the Intimidator, right? You don't have a choice. I mean, and that's on us. I mean, I could have saved that point of damage so we'd be able to pump, but I didn't. Conundrum, all right. That doesn't really matter to us. I have to assume the opponent didn't have an ultimatum last turn, or they would have done it. So the question here becomes, what do we do? Because an Embercleave doesn't win unless somehow they don't block a Bonecrusher Giant, which I doubt that's going to happen. If we put something on, like put the Sky Maul on a Seasoned Hollowblade, that doesn't do much either. If we play Winota, then the opponent could block, which we don't love. This is actually a pretty hard puzzle. I feel like I kind of messed up, not thinking about their Spikefield Hazard. Probably cost me. But yeah, we just attack with these. See what the opponent does. Because, I mean, if they're afraid of Embercleave, they have to block, right? They don't get a choice. So let's discard Kinrith. And then the question is, just do we Ember Cleave here or not? I feel like we do. I'm just not sure if it's enough, but we'll find out. I mean, I know it's not going to be enough for lethal, but I mean just to put the opponent low enough to cause problems. We're 27 cards, so it becomes a little difficult to mill us out here. They still have enough to ultimatum, I believe, unless they need 3 red. Alright, so they have a Kenrith. That doesn't even come close to killing us, so it looks like we got it. Wow. Alright. Because we're not even going to mess around. Yeah. Alright, opponent goes first. Yeah, we'll keep this. Alright, well. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Because I'll run this into something. Like if they have a 1 toughness blocker or something. Oh, double Innkeeper. That's not exciting for us. That kind of makes my heart sad a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, opponent, block. I dare you. I doubt it. I didn't think you would, but had to give you an opportunity. Kill one of these. So when they make their 5/5, they only get 1 card. Alright, gonna Beanstalk Giant to play a Giant Killer. Alright, makes sense. I guess they're also playing Omnath, because why not? That could come in handy in this game, I'm pretty sure. Oh, see, now this is interesting. Now that we know we have a land on top, do we want to go double Selfless Savior? I think so. I don't love it, but like if the opponent taps and we get to keep both creatures, then I mean, I don't know, maybe we get some double Winota trigger love. Alright, opponent, what are you gonna go get? Some type of board sweep? Oh, you just went and got Escape to Loss. Alright, don't hate that, because if they play Escape next turn, that's actually kind of good for us. Weird as that is. Alright, hopefully we hit. Let's do it, team. Ugh. Well, we did hit. That's a much better one. Let's get Haktos. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I might as well sacrifice it. Target something. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, you know how brilliant this is? We got Haktos on everything but 3, and we can put the Sky Maul on it next turn. So good. Though that should be it anyway. No mana to even tap a thing down. Actually, I say that. We're just going to put it on Winota here. Want to bounce Winota? Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. Alright, they're going to get to play Omnath and draw a card, and then gain 4 life, so they'll be at 9. We're going to need to draw something, because we can only get 8 in right now. Actually, that's not true. If they don't play a flyer, we can just move the Maul over to the Giant Killer. They'll play a Fae of Wishes, though. That's not good for us. Though if we attack with everything, we have Embercleave. But we can't Embercleave Haktos. So that's a problem. Alright, so we took our damage. We're at a whole whopping 15. Lovestruck Beast makes a token. Unfortunately, Lovestruck Beast can block. So that's bad for our health. And we can't Embercleave through that. So what's our play? I feel like I'm missing something. We can tap Lovestruck Beast and put the opponent to 3, knowing they're going to go back to 7. So that's one option. Man, we are 1 point short in so many different variations here, which is super frustrating. Alright, so let's tap this guy. Then attack. And then I think we just replay this, or just play it. And then in the turn. Alright, they're back to 7. Escape to the wilds. I mean, they could play the other Omnath and then gain 4 more, which would be super annoying. Alright, good news is Haktos is still protected from all of this silliness. And the opponent can bounce things or whatever, that's fine. Alright, we're at 11. Still have blockers, so we're not worried about the attacks just yet. Nothing happens there. They still have access to 5 mana. I mean, they could Fae of Wishes. No, those are all on Adventure, huh? No, one of them's not. So they could Fae of Wishes and then go get something that costs 3 to deal with Haktos. But if they don't, we're still in pretty good shape here, because we could just tap the Lovestruck Beast and then attack for, or shoot them for the last 2. This took a little ways to kind of like assemble a way for this to win, but here we are. Let's see how this goes bad for us. Because they could also still just play a Fae of Wishes and draw 2 cards and still have access to 3 mana. Oh, they're going to Bone Crusher us down to 6. Oh, I see their plan here. Alright. What I don't think they realize, though, is... Oh, do they have another Bone Crusher? Oh, they don't have the mana. Is that it? I feel like I'm missing something. Alright, what do we have in hand that we can see? Nothing, 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 nothing. Those are all on Adventure. Except for this guy. Huh. Alright, I mean, I guess we stick with the plan. Attack. Alright, I guess we got there. Yeah! Well, this is cute. We get to go first, and I have double Blade Master and no equipment. So let's see if we find some. Because I'm definitely keeping this hand. This is hot, though, if we find a Sky Maul, and then the following turn play the Blade Master. Because now we can kind of play the Hollow Blade, protect the Hollow Blade a little bit if we have to discard something. if we find a Sky Mall, put that on something, and then start going for it. So this could be pretty cool. Well, that already gets double strikes, so that's a lot less exciting. Don't mind having a Hollow Blade though, because that's hard for them to block with those little crabs. Don't think we're gonna like this with all these spot removal cards. I guess it's a good thing we have the Savior. Gonna go ahead and take a look and see what we got. We will keep that. In case we have to use the Savior or something here, we want to be able to still cast Embercleave next turn effectively. Alright, opponent, what you gonna do? Just take 3 is the answer. Do we play a giant killer? Probably not. We'll just play this. I mean, they can counter, I suppose. Alright, sounds good. Better than them playing actual spells. Alright, let's see what's happening here. There's a lot of people on the Ruin Crab thing here lately. Alright, we do lose that land we set on top, which we knew was... Oh, 3 lands. Ooh. Oof. Ooh. That's a little brutal. We didn't think that was going to happen. Alright, tutelage. Well, if we do get an untapped land, we get free chance with shields down to go after this. Alright, those 2 were not land. Come on, deck. Hit it, dealer. Got it. Oh, when you're coming in and you know you can block one, you know this is an Embercleave, but gots to do what we gots to do. You know what, really? I should have just put that Embercleave on the dog and killed the crab. That's actually a mistake there. Though I got more damage in, it really would have been more beneficial to kill the crab. Just to make sure we don't get milled out. Now though, unless they have a Brazen Borrower, we have them really close. I mean, we still... How many of our... We flipped 1 Bone Crusher Giant? Alright, so we still have some damage. Oh, and we still have a couple of copies of the Spikefield Hazard as well. So there are things. We have opportunity. All right, let's see what happens. Opponent's thinking about this. We still have quite a few cards. We got 37, so we've got a ways to go before they're going to get us. I assume we have at least 4 turns. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, you know, I feel like we got it, because if they counter it, great. All right. Sounds fine. Just doing that so they can't prevent any, like, major damage or anything. That's fine. Like, what are you gonna do with that? Yeah, sure. Like, that's all good. All right. Hopefully they don't have enough kill cards. We're at 32 cards in library. Though to be fair, I did get a little greedy there with the letting them disrupt our Hollow Blade. I think there's a couple of ways I could have approached that could have been better. We will discard this because it's less relevant here. I mean, if you don't have a bounce spell, that's it, opponent. Well, that's not true. They could have an instant speed removal on our turn, so we have to tap it. So they could buy themselves another turn. Alright, Ruin Crab. Alright, that makes sense. They can survive a turn. Because we're going to do 8, and they've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 defense. So that's a legit play. They're not dead. I mean, effectively dead, but oh, well, they are now. Sky Mall to the rescue. Load up that bad boy. Let's do it. All right. We get to go first here. Let's keep it. Ooh, we like those. Let's lead with this. Mostly because there's a lot of stuff that could kill this with the 1 toughness. I didn't want to do that quite yet. Well, there goes Winota. Well, I say that. Maybe they have enough spot removal. They're like, F it, I'll take an Embercleave. Oh, what? What? That's not what I thought was gonna happen at all. I feel very weird right now. I'm not gonna lie. That, huh. Okay then. Don't know what you're gonna do this turn, opponent, but you can see my hand completely. Inscription. Discard 2 cards. Alright. That's a good thing to do. We're just going to draw another Embercleave, though. Oh, Sky Mall's a damn good answer, too. Alright, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we put this on the Kargan Intimidator? Probably. All right. I mean, is that it? Yeah, that just destroys. So we're going to go ahead and protect our Intimidator. All right. Yeah, we're keeping. Keeping. Not much reason not to. Go with the Savior into the Hollow Blade, and then we'll just see what happens after that. We just may be on some Hollow Blade Embercleave action. Alright, this comes in as red. So let's just make this... Oh, never mind. This is just red. It's just a mountain. Look at that. Alright, so what kind of deck are we up against here? Another forest probably says it's mono green. It is indeed. All right. Oh, what are we doing here? We're gonna try to fight something? We're just gonna Primal Might? Sure. That actually makes our job a little easier. I am A-okay with these developments, let me tell you. All right. And even better is if they have a Gem Raiser, they can't put it on this token. So you have to spend a turn playing this Lovestruck Beast and then maybe put it on their next turn. But then hopefully we draw a land and then we can just Embercleave the following turn anyway. Look at that. It's like we planned it. Get in there for 5. Oh, forgot. We have first strike. There we go. Okay, so we don't lose to a fight. And yep, that's gonna be game. Oh, yeah, it is, because we'll be able to attack for 8 because of the Ember Cleave. Well, that's just some bonus action for no good reason. Pay 3. Attack. Cast the Ember Cleave, which doesn't win the game here because we're not flying, but all right. Opponent's at 4. We've got an Ember Cleaved Hollow Blade. We've got a Bone Crusher Giant in hand. We should be good to go here. Yep. Because that's 8 minus 6, and then we can shoot. Yep. Few different ways that it happens, but no matter how you look at it, it happens. So even if we want, we just shoot the Lovestruck Beast. I mean, I don't know. Let them do it either way. We'll just discard a Hollow Blade. Doesn't really matter. Still get there just the same. All right, boom, done. Well, you know, this actually worked out pretty well. I say pretty well, it did very well. My only 2 concerns in hindsight looking at the list is that the Giant Killer is a little iffy. It's still not bad, and we got a couple of the matchups where we wanted it. We didn't draw it, so I didn't get to really see how beneficial it was. But even at the end there, getting rid of a Lovestruck Beast would have been nice. Getting rid of Omnath earlier in one of those first couple of games would have been nice. But it's kind of cool. But I wonder if this list could benefit. Well, first, could it benefit from having the new 1/1 warrior that when it dies shoots something for 1, or for it's equal to its power? That feels like it could be a better fit in this list. Plus, I kind of like it because I do have a small concern about if we played against mono red, how badly that could go for us, because we have so many things with small toughness that could create an issue, barring us drawing an actual, like, what's that guy? The Seasoned Hollow Blade, right? So that could probably make it okay for you, but the problem is when we're playing like Kargan, Intimidator, and those type of cards, those aren't good against mono red. So if we have a way to kill, more additional ways to kill their creatures could be good. I could also see just straight up changing the Giant Killers with either Shock or Thundering Rebuke. Either of those I think is totally fine. So if you're looking to update the list, that's probably what I would do if, say, you're running into a lot of mono red or something. But the other matchups worked great. From what we saw, I don't know. I mean, we could have got lucky. You know, the fact that we say it's 5-0 or whatever, like, it is a small sample size, so, you know, take it for what it is. But the deck is still strong, and we won games even without really resolving a Winota or triggering a Winota in some cases. So that's also pretty fantastic. Again, if you haven't, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and remember you can get the deck list, links to our Discord, my Twitch, and even my merchandise if you want to support the channel and get a little something for yourself. All that information's in the description down below. But that's all I have for you for now. We will see you next time.